Hi, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll NewsCast.
May 11th, 2012. It's week. It's a week.
Yes.
It's it.
What are you playing?
Not a lot. I put into my PlayStation the other day to play Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid 4, just because, if you don't know, this year is the big 2-5 for Metal Gear.
Yes.
So there's a lot of Metal Gear stuff that Kojima's doing. Every time I look at my Twitter feed, it's him going, I signed some stuff, and then I cry a little bit because it's like an American. I can't get there.
Why do you have to be so far away?
So there's a lot of t-shirts. I'm thinking of buying some of those t-shirts, the 25th anniversary ones. They're a little pricey, but they're really neat. Been playing Metal Gear Solid 4. So. Last night, there is, and I think it's still free. If you own an iOS device, you can download Wolfenstein 3D for free.
Yes, because it was the anniversary or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you go buy that, or not buy it, but just go download it, you'll have it forever for free until Apple stops making things.
Until Apple crumbles under the weight of
Apple II.
Sega?
Apple II. Sega and Namco.
Sega will make a resurgence.
Yes, just the Dreamcast too is a real thing.
Yeah. Just
It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, everybody will be like, what? And I'll be like, I told you so.
That game's hard to play.
What game?
Wolfenstein 3D.
Really?
But it's on the iPad. It's actually really good because I don't know. They lock the frame rate down to like something really, really solid.
That's good.
So it's exactly how you remember it. You know, the shitty little trying to find the secret doors.
Oh yeah.
Crawling across the walls. I don't think I'll finish it. It's a little bit buggy, but the frame rate's really solid.
No, that's good.
Other than that, finished Persona 3 either on Saturday or Sunday or some time ago. The game is really weird. The ending doesn't make any sense, and
just in time for Persona 4.
4, and so that's been keeping my time until I'll put something else in. Maybe I'll put Xenoblade in this week or something.
I know it's kind of. I was trying to, and I mean I don't have much time this weekend to do stuff, but I was thinking Xenoblade has to find its way back into my playing schedule.
I thought about I toyed around with the idea of putting Splinter Cell into my Xbox, just so I could have a reason to turn my Xbox on. We'll get to that. Other than that, nothing really. What have you been playing? You played a little bit of action-y games.
I played a few games. I played Bayonetta, because I knew I had to review something. So that's usually how my gaming choices come about. That game's weird.
You're not a fan of the story though.
The story jumps.
Yeah.
All over all of a sudden.
Is it?
Like Big Ben is falling at the very beginning, or a clock tower of that sort, and you're fighting on top of it, and it's like witches were cast down, blah blah blah, and the witch hunts began, and all witches were gone except for one, except there's two of you fighting on this clock.
Well, no, you gotta find out which of the witches gets to stay.
Both of them apparently.
Maybe they're the same person.
Who knows? But then all of a sudden you're in a graveyard, you're a nun, and you're reading from this book, and all these angels come down, and Joe Pesci is the voice of this guy behind you.
Fan.
Yeah, and
I'm already a fan.
Like, so I mean, like, parts of it are really cool, and the voice acting is really well done, except all of it's, like, it's just really confusing, because all of a sudden these angels show up, and you're like, oh, okay, and it's, like, tutorial level. But then all of a sudden this other guy, Robon or Rodon or something like that shows up, and he's like, I've got heat, so he starts throwing guns at you. And you're like...
And you're still the nun, right?
No, because she jumps up and gets slashed at her butt, her boobs, and somewhere else.
Okay.
So her clothes pretty much fall off.
Oh, like conveniently.
Perfect positioning of all the cuts, and then so her hair actually turns into her getup.
Oh yeah, I remember that
because as you use powers, you actually like start losing parts of your clothes.
Yeah, like in the super powers, you're actually naked.
They do this whole thing where you do like
it's the Sailor Moon effect.
Yeah, where the hair flows around you, just covering exactly what it needs to cover, and then the bad guy explodes in the background, and you're like, okay. But the action's fun.
Yeah, it's like Devil May Cry.
Yeah, like it's
It's
a lot of
average.
combos, and
A lot of
the only thing is some of the magic attacks take up the whole screen.
like Ninja Gaiden 3.
So all of a sudden you're kind of just like, what's going, like, it takes you a second to hop back into it because it's like, you know, your hair just streams across part of the screen and you're like, okay, where did everybody go?
Aren't you glad the game's not in 3D? Imagine a Devil May Cry type game in 3D. Like all over the place.
I would throw up.
I don't know if it's done tactfully, but anyways.
So there was that. Then, like I said, I had fun with that. The story was a little off, and they kept playing "Fly Me to the Moon." Fly me to the moon. Except one of them was like really poppy, so it's like "Fly me to the moon, let me sail amongst," and like it was just.
got the licensing for that.
Well, now you can't eat it.
I'm getting it.
Okay.
I'm getting it. Keep talking.
So there's Bayonetta, and like I said, that was a. Do you want me to get it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Keep going. Bayonetta.
There was that. It was fun. It was different. I'm going to go back to it. Like, I definitely want to keep going because I need to find out exactly what happens.
It's a Japanese story. You're not gonna. It's gonna be completely convoluted until
the whole time.
Until like the very end.
I know, right until they need me to exactly know what's going on, and then it'll be like,
oh, this is kind of gross.
I told you, it's like toothpaste.
No, it tastes like fluoride.
Mine didn't taste like fluoride. It just has the consistency of toothpaste.
No, it's like the stuff that we bought candy a bit ago.
We did. I finished mine already.
This tastes like when you go to the dentist and they put fluoride on your teeth, and you want the strawberry flavored one.
I get bubble gum.
But they all taste the same.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they totally taste the same.
Mine don't. I think you need a new dentist. So I played Bayonetta, and then I was using my PlayStation as my DVD player the other night because my Xbox ran out of batteries and I was too lazy to, like, my controller ran out of batteries.
Like your Xbox ran out of juice?
So I was too lazy to pull the cord out, so I'm just like, I'll just move the DVD into the other machine. And so I did that, and then I booted that up, and then, you know, I downloaded Trying 2 the other week. And so I'm like, okay, I'll try you out while I'm kind of waiting for, and I was not a huge fan of Trying 2.
I wasn't a huge fan of Trying 1 either.
So, and it was free for PlayStation.
There was a lot of hype behind Trying 2 though.
There was a ton, and it looks nice. The controls feel...
Is there anything different from the first one?
I have no idea.
Oh, you never played the first one?
No.
Oh, I think there's a demo you can download. if you're so vested in it.
I don't know, the leveling system kind of bugged me. The control system bugged me.
Well, you control 3 characters at once.
No, you control 3 characters by switching off.
Okay.
So there's a button, and all of a sudden you're the thief, and then you hit the button, you're the wizard, and then
Yeah, because you're the same character, right?
Right.
Is that thing?
So, because you're all on this quest together, of course you can't all be on this quest together. So, but then.
No. I'm not even finishing that.
But then, so like you need the wizard to build some blocks so you can like jump up to something, and the thief has a bit better jump, except sometimes it tells you to kind of, you can jump off a wall, or you can get like a bit higher with her off the side, but it never seems to work. Like it's just it doesn't flow nicely, and the controls are all over the place. Like you'd think, okay, this is the standard attack button no matter who I've got. It doesn't matter.
I think because Trying, the original one, the basic element was that it was supposed to be a PC game.
Right.
Which then they ported to consoles. And I guess it still retains sort of the PC-esque feel to it, where you've got that giant keyboard and everything's kind of hotkeyed to things.
See, but for me, I wouldn't want to play that on the PC either. Like, all of a sudden my attacks for everybody are in different place. Like, that's
maybe you could have with move controls or like some sort of motion controlling. I don't know.
No,
I'm trying to save it, but it's not.
Well, but like I mean, the thief has a bow attack, and you use the right stick to aim the bow and shoot, which works for me. But all of a sudden, then you switch over to the knight, and that's his shield blocking thing, and you have to press another button that just seems really awkward to use his sword. It's very awkward. And then I spent most of yesterday playing
phone game,
Pocket Academy,
Made by the guys who
made Game Dev Story and all those other story-based games.
Dev Story base.
Yes.
Racing Dev Story.
The Ski Chalet Story.
Japanese Hotel Story.
The Dungeon Story or Dungeon Village
What
Story.
makes this one so much different?
This one, and I mean, I haven't really played a lot of them since Game Dev Story because
They all are the same game.
it's pretty much the exact same game. They just changed your game office to something else. This game, you actually have to like position classrooms properly, and so you have to kind of design the school as you go. Like you're designing a school, that's essentially you're the headmaster principal of the school. So you have to, you know, put this in, pick what clubs you're gonna have. You have to try and get your school to make actual profit as opposed to like my first 5 tries at the game where it was like, you're in the red again, and it's only year 2, and I'm like,
Hogwarts was not that bad.
but I finally figured it out. Because you can do, and I tried this like the other 5 times, but for whatever reason it was not working. Because you can do competitions, like you can challenge tests with some of your students. And if they complete those, then your school gets better at teaching them and your tuition goes up. So I now have all of those things maxed out.
Now you just kind of.
So for every
flying through.
student I have, I make like almost $1,000.
Wow.
And the
How
longer,
many students do you have in your school now then?
20 something.
So.
And then there's different levels, like there's different actual maps. Because like mine has a hill that I can't build on. Like I actually have to, like I have one room at the top, it's like a little mini mart. And that's all that can go on this hill, because that's all that will fit.
So it's are they going towards Sims territory?
No, I don't think.
Because like Sims, you know, you put your buildings down, then you go to the next one.
Like SimCity-ish, kind of, but still with that game dev story feel.
Yeah, because the game dev story, the dev stories are always more RPG based than anything.
Right, and then like this, after 11 years, you get judged on how well your school's done, yada, 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 yada.
So our argument can be made to be said that it's similar.
It's similar, like it's got that same kind of feel, like it definitely has the feel, but I feel like I'm doing a lot more than just hitting like 3 buttons. Like, you know, game dev story was hire these people, train them, and make sure that like, and then it's like, okay, make a game, make an action game that involves animals and, or that was it, like make a game, it's an action game that involves animals, go. They develop it, I'd have to, you know, advertise for it.
Yeah.
And then,
Feed them Red Bull.
yes.
Do you
then
feed
feed
your
them.
kid? You feed the kids Red Bull?
No, they have drills that they can do to increase their intellect or athleticism or like overall mood.
You can't feed them drugs or anything.
No, it's drills that they do, and then you gain like science resources and humanities resources and I think it's phys ed resources or something like that.
You get better gym.
And then you can use those in your classroom to teach like a special class, so it'll boost stats. So if like one class is doing horribly in English, you can like use humanity points and give them an English quiz that will boost their. But sometimes they'll sit there and it's like, this is too hard, and they gain no bonuses.
Well, that's exactly how school works.
And that's been kind of pissing me off. That's the one thing, and it's not that it's making me stop playing the game. I'm literally like wishing I could kick kids out of my school.
You can't do that?
No.
Oh, you can't expel
You can
them?
fire your teachers, but you can't kick the kids out.
Can they get expelled?
No.
Can they get in fights?
No. There's nothing like that crazy. You can send them on, like you can send them away on like, this person, they want them to run a dog show. They'll get paid, like the school will get paid $1,600, but they're gone for 6 weeks, and you're like, you've been pissing me off. Go judge this dog show.
Oh. Poodles again?
Yeah. But, because that's my one thing is like, I'll have this one class and there's like this one person I'm trying to get above. Because you know, it's 0 to 100 is the stat that they can have. So like my first graduating class, I had my first graduating class because it's a high school. And they graduate right out of your school as like, this guy wants to become a kindergarten teacher.
Wow, what kind of school do you teach?
That's right.
I want that school.
There's an arcade and a trampoline in my school.
Man, your school is awesome.
So,
is there a bouncy castle?
No, but there's the potential. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can throw into the school that makes absolutely 0 sense.
Swimming pool?
Not
in the
yet.
Middle, in the middle.
But that's like, you can put a swimming pool right in the middle of your, if you can build a swimming
Ball
pool.
pit.
I'm not sure if there's a ball pit.
Wait, we're making Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Yeah. But so like my graduating class, everybody graduates. Like one guy came out as the kindergarten guy. One person came out as a college student. One person came out as this. One person came out as that. And they gave me
Can
a total.
you rehire the students as teachers?
I don't think so.
That's a growing trend.
That is a growing trend, but no. So I that part's fine. But yeah, I'm trying to get all of my students up to a range where they can actually become what they want to become. And
Not just like a sorting hat.
Actually, if they don't pass, they become part-time workers, and you just have to hope that they achieve their dreams sometime in the future.
Is that like a warning message? It's like,
Yep.
hopefully they'll get to their.
Hopefully they'll reach their dreams at some point in their life, but until then they'll just be part-time workers.
Well, at least that's kind of motivational.
So I'm sitting there going, well, I don't want you to be a part-time worker, and some of them aspire to be part-time workers. So I mean, if that's what they really want to do, then.
Is there stats for individual students?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like each kid has their own individual stat, and that's why you don't have 100 kids running around. That's why they limit it to like, you get 4 per classroom, you can build 3 classrooms of each grade, as the game lets you build more classrooms. So right now I have 8, 16, 24 students max that I can have at my school.
Mm-hmm.
And as they progress through the years, so like if you only had 4 kids in your first year, you're only gonna have 4 kids in your second year and third year for that little group because they move together.
Oh, that's neat.
And then you get transfer students that keep coming in every year, like
Elements.
I am here to study, I am now in, and that's my one thing, my other problem too, is they go into the one classroom all by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, man, this kid's really struggling, but I don't want to use my resource points because it costs me the exact same amount of resource points to teach 4 kids, like give 4 kids an English essay to improve their English mark, as it does to teach the 1 kid.
So it's really like giving a negative impact.
There are kids left behind at
No kid left behind.
Moonlit High or whatever it is, because you start in.
No kid left behind. Damn it.
I forgot what.
Obama would be.
You would laugh actually at the name of the place. Where
Twilight?
No.
Moonlit.
Give me a second.
Moonlit.
Slot 2, empty slot. You start in Sunnyvale.
There
you go.
No way in any way, shape, form that's, everything's safe there all the time.
There's Heavenly Hills.
That sounds terrible.
Instead of Beverly Hills 90210.
That sounds all terrible.
Hill Valley, Lakeside, Normalville. But and then you can start clubs and all that other stuff.
What about the Power Rangers one? Angel Grove?
No,
Angel Grove. Devil Grove?
No groves. But so yeah, I think I named like my school like Moonlit High or something like that because I'm like, I should just name it Sunnydale, but I won't. So, but yeah, my school's gotten all new flooring now because I have more money than God. So
That's not a lot. That's a lot. You can't have more money than God.
Once you can figure out the balance. Because the game kind of yells at you, like, you're not going to have students if you don't build more classrooms. And I'm like, well, I don't want to build more classrooms because then you're going to make me hire more teachers, and then you're going to make me do this, and then you're going to make me do that, and then I'm going to be out of money. So you kind of have to ignore the game as it yells at you. Because it's like, you should build more classrooms or you're never going to have more than these 4 kids. And I'm like, I'll get more kids as soon as I can afford them.
Do you have open houses?
No,
to get more students?
What ends up happening is you gain popularity, and they try to and then eventually kids will come, those transfer students.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the beginning of every year you have a commencement ceremony where so many kids will join your school right away. So my first year I had 2 kids, my second year I had 2 kids, and then my third year all of a sudden I had 4 kids, I filled up an entire classroom day 1. So every transfer student had to go into the next class, and I'm almost full on my second class, which hopefully means I can build another classroom, which means my school gets bigger. But I'm segregating my next classrooms. They're all going to the other side of the map.
Racist.
No, I just need more farmers. They make money. Because you can build plot fields and all that kind of stuff.
Slave labor?
Plot, yeah. No, it's not slave. They're studying. They're studying agriculture, so they actually grow
And do you sell the crops?
You do.
Slave labor, guys.
Pays for their education.
Slave labor.
And sometimes you get students in who actually their parents are like, we want to give you a donation, so they give you money.
Here's some fruitcake.
No, they actually, it's like, my father will give you, and it's funny because it counts it in, like, the donations come in the thousands. So if if a parent donates less than $1,000, it says, my parents want to donate 0K to you. And then it comes up and it goes, you made $800. And you're like, oh.
So they weren't just heartless bastards.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, they're going to donate money. Here's a check for $0. Thank
I
you.
do that frequently.
Thank you. I love doing that.
But I give checks for 5 cents.
That's how I get rid of all my checks.
Anything else though?
No, that's what I've been playing. And like that game honestly drew me in, and I was playing till some ungodly hour. So
See, I was just doing that with Wolfenstein. Only because that game is just amazing.
well, I was trying to get popular zones at my school.
I was just shooting Nazis. I'm on floor like, I don't know. I don't even know how that game is graded anymore. If I'm on the floor, the walls are purple.
I'm on the purple floor wall room thing.
Shall we jump in deep to it?
You jump in deep.
I'm not gonna jump in deep into it.
Oh dear.
Just take some time to live.
Oh,
Done.
don't get sued.
Well, don't get sued.
Don't get sued. Okay, that's ready to go. I don't know why that popped up again, but oh well.
Sexist. Let's do this.
News.
New age. News.
You
Okay.
go with this one.
All right.
Fly with it.
Fly me to the.
We already saying it.
Yeah, it is. Nintendo, for some reason, is no longer producing the aqua blue color of the 3DS in Japan, which means it'll be trickling down over to North America. So get your.
We have collector's items.
If you can still, if you're looking to get a 3DS, not only is it relatively cheap now, you can get the blue one, or else no longer existent. Mine's got stickers on it, so.
Yours does have stickers on it.
Which is strange because it's probably one of the more crazier colors. No, because now they have like black and purple
Purple's coming
and
out.
pink.
There's the Zelda one.
Well, the Zelda one's like it's limited,
I know.
right? Yeah. And the pink
Isn't there a
one.
red one?
Yeah, there's a red one. Yeah, red one, the pink one, the black one.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's it.
maybe it's just an unpopular color.
I liked it.
I did too. Well, and I mean, I already had a black DSi. So.
I've always had white DSs, so that's why I was like, I don't really care to me. It doesn't matter.
I had a black DSi. I didn't want another.
It was shiny though.
My DSi.
No, the 3DS.
Yes, the 3DS was shiny as opposed to the matte look of the. But. Don't forget-
That's a very strange decision. They've never really canceled colors before, especially this early on. Well,
No, like that's my weird. That's the weird part to me is. Like, I know they like the limited stuff is limited.
Yeah, like if it's a Zelda or Pokemon,
Yeah.
they'll make like 3 of them and just call it a day.
Right, but I've never heard of them actually being like, we're discontinuing this color of a Game Boy or
No, because
some such thing.
well they have, but just they don't. It's not this early.
No.
In the lifespan. Where one color dies, another color comes out because the white PlayStation Vita has been announced in Japan. And it looks like a bar of soap. So if you want to look like you're playing with a bar of soap, it looks cool. It looks really neat. It looks nice. I don't like white consoles or white handhelds because grubby hands.
Yes.
Grubby hands.
Hands are always dirty.
Turns it brown. So
Dirty
if it's my Vita's black, so you know what? Fingerprints don't show up on it.
Plus you can lick it and no one will know.
I can't say that I've licked my Vita yet. Oh wait, I have. Oh, that was the side. You gotta lick all your electronics.
Yep.
So.
That's how you know they're good.
No, that's how you dips them.
All right. I thought that's why you stick them down your pants.
Well, wait, what? Wait, huh? All of a sudden, snap.
Mine.
So, looking forward to a white Vita. I think it's called Crystal White, which is an oxymoronic. I don't know where the game developers get names for console colors.
Crayola.
No, I thought it's like just it's a dice bag or a name bag.
Crayola.
This is the color, and this is a descriptive word.
Crayola. Next up is, and this just makes me kind of sad.
No, the beginning part of it is awesome.
The beginning part, this is great. The Kinect and Microsoft Xbox 360 is getting a internet browser.
Great.
Yeah.
So internet browser with Kinect support.
Which to me,
I think it's a little late in the, Xbox lifespan, because, with the onset of new consoles coming out, I feel like they missed the window.
well, I'm not a huge fan of browsers on consoles.
Yeah, it's a hard sell too.
Like I used the YouTube. I used YouTube off of my PlayStation before I had my YouTube app on my Xbox. Now I have the YouTube app on my Xbox. I have no real need for a browser on my consoles. Like if I want to look something up,
although this is going to be Kinect powered though, so you can search with your voice.
you can.
And just use the internet with your voice. So.
But if I'm looking up like a frequently asked questions thing or a guide, I'm going to use my phone or I'm going to use this because I can sit there and keep
But you can
playing
now.
my game.
But now, if you're on the message boards, you can verbally vent out your anger of something, and then the Kinect will post it for you.
Yeah. Type what I need to
It-
say
it will
because
exact-
I am not a happy person.
Batman's not very happy, is he?
No, he's never happy.
So, what kind of browser is it though?
Oh, right, because it's come from Microsoft.
What browser does Microsoft, manufacture?
They use that funny little thing called Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer. At least the Wii and the PlayStation 3 one browser is an Opera browser,
Right.
and those work really well.
They do on the consoles, but honestly, you can't
Internet
expect Microsoft not to use Internet Explorer. And
There's
it's going to be a console-based Internet Explorer, so it's not going to be like we're just taking the Windows one and smacking it into
They
your
might.
Xbox. And they might. But
I could definitely see that happening.
I don't know. They're pretty good about making stuff just for like
The Kinect
Xbox.
and Kinect usage, and just like YouTube and Netflix and stuff. So.
And I mean, this might just be a precursor to the Internet Explorer that we're going to see on new, like Windows 8 machines kind of thing.
Yeah, because the whole push to the tablet stuff and the weird.
Well, and they are making a
Windows.
Kinect for computers.
Yeah.
They're developing the Kinect for the computers.
Yeah,
so.
it's actually a special sensor where you can actually plop it in front of your eyeball.
Yeah, well, it's smaller and
It's not
it senses you closer.
Is it smaller or is it?
Smaller.
I thought it was just the same size, just the sensor was
Nope.
different. Okay.
It's a smaller machine and it's supposed to sense you from closer up. But you can actually buy an adapter for the home one, so
Yes.
it senses you from closer. It
It narrows the camera field.
Yeah.
Either way, it's another reason to have a Kinect.
Yes. Browsing the internet.
With your voice and hand gestures, so you can be hot.
Xbox, porn.
We should make a video of that.
Xbox.
No. We'll have a video of you, searching up porn, but we'll put the camera on top of your TV. Next best thing since 3D porn.
Man.
Oh yeah, and then you put it with 3D.
Oh no. Yeah, so that's that.
That's a thing. They'll probably show it off at E3.
Oh yes, that.
It'll be like the MSN video chat, messenger chat thing.
Well, they have the Kinect chat thing that works. It's kind of funky.
Kind of funky.
Well, your little avatars sit down, like they can sit down and actually have a conversation,
That's so strange.
and they follow your movements. So, like if you're literally, you can sit down. Yeah, they don't do that. If you try and touch your head, they do this.
That's exactly.
Well, yeah, you can actually sit down and you can pick your scenery, so you can sit down around a big conference table, or you can just sit down like the Ellen Show with 2 chairs and just.
You want to see what's on the bottom of a
And
avatar shoot.
and your guy's mouth actually moves as you talk, and if you're kind of like, yeah, it's so great,
I
it's
don't
so
know.
amazing, your guy actually sits there like.
I guess they put a lot of time. That's very tacky stuff.
And you can save it. You can actually post it to YouTube.
Oh, that's good.
Or you put it onto the Kinect. There's a website for Kinect saving
We should
things.
try it.
And my only thing is I'm not sure if it works with 2 people in the same room or if 2 people need 2 Xboxes and Kinects. Because otherwise,
I'm one Kinect short.
I know. So otherwise, we could do a whole
Episode
of, and you can only.
I could be naked.
You could be. You can do, I think, 5-minute stints or something like that. So. But we could film the news just for shits and giggles
at home.
With that thing. So all of a sudden it would just be like.
And then on my Kyle will be like, because I'm doing the weird things.
Well, or it'll sense your elbow as your hand, so you'll be like, "Hi," and your arm will be like out here with your guy, because they like to do that. Yeah, they want to do what they want to do.
Speaking of people doing what they want to do, rumor, GameStop, the first and foremost place where people buy used games and non-digital games, they are supposed to be selling Steam vouchers for Steam bucks that you can redeem for things on the Steam store. Kind of strange, I think.
You're kind of strange.
Well, it goes without saying.
I don't know. To me, I don't.
That's a very strange move based off of their track record of "We hate you, Valve."
Well, but I don't get
Like, don't get me wrong. Steam vouchers, it's a good idea. More places should carry them, but.
Well, but yes, because people don't want to use their credit card with their Steam account and that kind of that I get, but I don't know.
That's a very strange thing for them to it's already weird for them to sell Xbox Live points and what do you call those things? PlayStation cards?
Yeah. And the Wii cards.
And the Wii cards.
But I mean, they must make some form of money off that, or they wouldn't do it.
I think it's a 1-to-1. I don't think anybody makes any money off of it other than Valve.
But there must be some form of or else you wouldn't bother selling them.
No, well, I don't think so. I think it's 1-to-1.
I can't be. Otherwise, no.
Because the pictures of the cards that they showed off it's not the regular fast track cards.
Yeah.
It was like one of those old school scratch off the thing. So.
Because someone has to put them out. Someone has to do GameStop would have to pay an employee to stock those cards. That's what I mean. There has to be. GameStop has to be making money.
I don't think either that or it's just.
But they have to. Otherwise, there's no point.
Do they make money when they?
Safeway does.
Safeway does for Xbox and PlayStation.
We have to. Because we have to pay someone to put them out. We're not going to pay someone to put them out if we're not going to make money.
That's a strange thing. It's very strange it's from a company.
I don't know how it all works, but
for them to stock these cards from a service that they just don't, because they've had a what was it? I think it was Deus Ex, no, there was a PC. One of the games that I think it was Deus Ex, the newest one, where they were actually taking codes out.
Yes.
And I can't remember.
It was Deus Ex, and I forgot what it was that they were taking codes out for, but
it was related to the PC version.
Yeah, it had something to do with the PC. You got a free game.
Well, it's just maybe it's in-game content, but it was.
No, you got another
Was it a game?
I forgot what game it was. You got a game.
Was it the first Deus Ex game?
No. We got some weird ass game that had nothing to do with Deus Ex, but.
Yeah, but they were taking it up because those were Steam codes.
How dare they?
I know.
I don't know. People are weird.
Speaking of strange people, we're all about strange people.
We are. Bioshock Infinite.
I like that game.
It was supposed to come out this year, Tony.
Why?
We were awaiting it.
I was awaiting it.
You were. I
think my money. I actually have a pre-order on it.
Well, you're gonna have to wait with that pre-order.
Why?
Because it's now been delayed into 2013.
We have the new Duke Nukem Forever game.
Yep.
Because this game was announced 11 or 10?
I don't know.
10.
10, I think.
Because when the trailer came out, it was 2012, and we're all like, why would you show this off so early?
Right, because that's what we were sitting there going, man, you guys keep but they've pushed so many videos out. How can this game not be done unless they've run into some critical bug?
There's a 10-minute long gameplay thing about the game. Someone who's, I think it was even Ken Levine who was playing it. This game looks pretty much done, unless there's some weird crisis effect where it's the second half of the game is on the ground or something really ridiculous, or everything's iced.
Every all of a sudden, like someone like runs into something and the entire game just it blows up the console and they're like, we can't ship this.
Rumors have it that multiplayer might not be in it, so or some sort of multiplayer component might be either scrapped or either that or enhanced. I can't see multiplayer in the game, just the way how fast the game is running, like the gameplay of it with the whole roller coaster thing. It just seems a little bit too frantic for my preferences.
Unless it's a co-op-y type thing.
Yeah, one person gets a place. I don't know what the girl is, but the one with the overly large boob, apparently.
Yay!
I'm sad. I want this game.
I know you do.
I like the Bioshock games, especially ones that were made by Ken Levine. I mean, Bioshock game.
Yeah, I don't know why it's delayed. Like I said, we've seen so much
There's that
stuff.
There's that one, was it last month? Like every week they had something to do with like some new form of boss. They're like, this is the robotic Lincoln.
This is this.
This is the ghost character.
And you're sitting there going, how can you
This
keep pumping this stuff out?
Like this has got to be done in some
It
form.
has to be pretty much done. And that's why I'm extremely confused as to why it's
2013. It's
now into the next year.
Like I was expecting this game out to be this Christmas.
Totally.
To be honest, this Christmas. That's when I was expecting it.
Totally.
And now I have to wait until like May because no one releases games in January, February.
Well, you won't even, but the summer, you might get it in January, February, because that's been the new kind of release cycles right after Christmas when everybody gets their gift cards and stuff.
Okay.
The summer's always the slow month, so you might get it like right after Christmas. January, February, March.
Yeah, because there's 12 months. 2013 is a big year, but
I know, but so like there's still a lot of 2012 left. For a
And
game
there's-
that, for once again, a game that looked almost done.
I would have been content for them to ship whatever they had now, to be honest.
Right.
It looks like a lot of stuff to do. Like there's a lot of content. And I just can't imagine why they would want to delay it.
I don't know, like that's my, like, it's a big thing to delay.
Is Ken Levine just adding things to the game?
And maybe that's it, maybe he
is kind of crazy.
Maybe it's like, guys, I just had a brainwave, and they're all like, they're like about to hit the button to go gold, and it's like,
Wait.
damn it.
And then when you put a new thing in, bugs happen, and
Yeah.
then,
Stuff happens, you gotta.
I remember that happened with Metal Gear Solid 4, because Hideo Kojima's all like, yeah, we're gonna add this, and then the development team's all like,
I hate you.
yeah, it's just like, you don't realize how many bugs we're finding because of this, right?
Yeah.
And that game took, what, 5 years to come out, so.
And maybe this is the next Duke Nukem Forever, but maybe hopefully it has a better.
Well, from what we see in it, it's already better than Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh, yes.
Don't lie.
Although people thought the footage from Duke Nukem Forever was promising, we just didn't know they only showed us the first 10 minutes of the game.
I never thought the game was going to be promising in the first place.
I know you didn't.
To be honest.
I think we're being stalked.
We have an audience
I don't
again?
know. They're gonna point us out. Look at those creepy people.
I am creepy, you're right.
You are
They would not be wrong.
They would not be.
Anyways.
Next up.
Old Republic, the Star Wars MMO from BioWare. Just to put it clear though, not from Edmonton BioWare.
No.
From Texas or something.
I don't know, one of their.
Not Edmonton BioWare. Regardless, Old Republic has reported that they've lost 400,000 subscribers since what month is it? May? I think it's since February.
They're saying it's all the casuals.
That makes sense. 'Cause
All the hardcore MMO people are still with them.
yeah, but that's a lot of people.
I know, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like
$15 a month.
They're losing it. It's not just people just paying money and not playing.
Yeah.
It's them canceling the subscription.
Yes, canceling out, going away, not coming back. Well, they might come back, but.
Well, they're gonna need to do something really drastic, or else.
Expansion time!
No. They're just gonna make a really big patch for content that's already on the disc. like in a regular MMO.
Yeah, like everything else.
How do you feel about that? I feel as if that's just.
I think that's the way that That's the way that MMOs work. I hate to tell people, but
Yeah, because if
you fluctuate, you drop, you come back, you go
if
away,
you're
you come back.
it's beyond this as well. It's not if you're not World of Warcraft, you're not
Well, and
like
I mean,
you're not
even
gonna have
they-
anything solid.
Even they lose people.
Yeah, they lose people, but it's just percentages, right?
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure when people started playing Old Republic when it came out, the WoW guys, Blizzard probably lost percentagely, like they lost this many people too.
Yes.
But just for such a small game, it's more noticeable.
And I mean, like and MMO casual players are a finicky bunch. They like to jump.
That's true.
But the trick is now to be that game that people want to come back to. Like that a casual player will sit there going, man, I really need my fix of whatever this game is. Because
Well, I think
that's how
how-
World of Warcraft gets people back is,
That's how Guild Wars has people.
yeah, well, but they're free.
I always play that. Well, and that's their catch, so
Yes.
that's how they.
These people, on the other hand, with these kind of games, like World of Warcraft, every once in a while you sit there going, man, I really want to play, like, I feel like doing that kind of,
Yeah, but like
that kind
for a casual player, are you gonna play that more than like 2 times a month?
You think you are?
I don't, because I know for a fact when I was like, man, I really want to play DC Online,
Yep.
so I spent a day updating it, and then the next day I played it for.
And then you're done.
Yeah, and that's it.
But you come to that realization, but it takes a while because you feel like playing that game and you're like, okay, I'm in the mood, I'm gonna sign up for another month because I feel like I can.
Yeah, but then you're obligated to play it for that month.
But you
when-
think you're going to. Like in your head, you're sitting there
don't.
going,
Now, maybe I'm just of sound.
well, but you keep playing free games.
Maybe I'm because I'm sound of mind. Like
And
I know that if I don't see $15 a month or $12 a month for this one time of the game, which I've already paid $60 for.
Right.
Like I don't, in my mind that doesn't work that way. Especially for games like DC Online or Guild Wars, where I can just jump in at any time and know that my guy is still there.
Yes,
Or-
but those are like, that's the free thing. But when you sit there going,
I just don't.
well, because when you're thinking of that $15 investment, you do. You sit there going, am I going to play more than today?
Or 2 days or whatever.
Right, and then you sit there going, yes, like you literally get in
think
that
you do.
mood where you feel like you're going to, so you pay the $15, you play for 2 hours, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
that's why I stopped playing.
Yeah.
But then they've got you $15.
Yeah. And I like for me, I don't think that. I think that through a lot of the times, and then I put in like a console game, which I've paid $10 for or something.
Right, but that's
That-
but that's what I mean. Like World of
That's-
Warcraft has that hook that gets you back into the
Yeah.
game, and then you go, oh yeah,
Well, they also
that's why I stopped playing.
well,
but that's what
Old Republic.
Old Republic obviously needs is,
Yeah.
and like maybe some of these people will come back because they'll sit there going,
Man, I really like to be a Jedi again.
yeah. What's a
Or-
good game where I can be a Jedi? And I haven't played it, so I don't know. Because for me,
I've played very little of it, so I can't say that.
to me, there's not a ton of really great. Like
And
I like the Old Republic games, but they're
The thing that sets it apart is that it still feels like a single player game.
and that to me, I would not be paying money.
Yeah, and that's the
every
thing.
month
Like,
for.
the story is
If I
great.
wanted a game that
The-
felt like a single player game, I'd go play Guild Wars.
The story is great. The dialogue, everything is fantastic about it. It's just that even when you're in a party and you're going in conversations, it feels like it's your game and not like a group's decision.
Right.
Like, oh, do you want to kill this person? Yes or no? It doesn't feel like there's no sort of cohesion of like, well, I want to kill this person. I want to be dark side, and this other, like 2 other people are going like, no, I can't do that. That doesn't really. That's not a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not played the game, so I can't really say.
Maybe it will go free to play.
Maybe.
Seems like the only way to stay alive is if you're not World of
If
Warcraft.
you're not WoW.
Go free to play.
Well, but I mean, even WoW has a free-to-play element.
Barely.
1 to 20. That's a lot of content now.
Is that?
Especially if it's your first time playing.
Well,
1 to 20. 1 to 20. Like 1 to 10 for me takes an hour.
Uh-huh.
But 1 to 10 when you first start playing, if you're not playing with like a friend, it can take you a while. Especially if you've never played before and you're just getting into it, it can seem like exciting and a long time. And once you hit level 20, maybe you just want to PvP forever. At level 20. And I'm not sure what the brackets are anymore, but level 20 used to be the low end of the 20 to 29 bracket.
So you get all the like 10-year-old
You'll
kids.
get your butt kicked all the time, but Guys, I'm coming, I got the flag. No, don't pick up the flag. You're the lowest leveled guy here. I got the flag. Twang, this like twinked out level 29, like pow.
Oh.
Oh, guys, I thought I had the flag. Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah. They all think they have the flag. But I think they changed the bracket, so it might now be 11 to 20. So 20 might be the upper end of that bracket. So if you stop at 20, you can just keep PvP.
I guess.
And if you like capture the flag and that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know how, maybe Old Republic's been fixing a lot of patches. They had that one really, really nice broken one where it was like 40,000 against like...
I don't know what you're talking about. That's how the game's supposed to be balanced.
Oh, like the real Star Wars. Like in
They wanted you to feel like you were...
Like in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. They wanted you to feel like you were actually there.
Being screwed over by the Republic.
Yes. Yeah, silly people. But yeah, that's a lot of people to lose. It's a lot of money to lose.
For something not as big as WoW. Because obviously they're not going to tell how many subscribers they've had.
There's probably somewhere where we can find that out. It must be online.
I don't know, BioWare, EA would probably have a good foothold on that. Like they don't want to let people know how many people they have. I mean, if you're arrogant enough like Blizzard, obviously, but we have 2 small countries that are subscribed to our game, so.
And with the expansion pack, all those people will come. Like that's the thing that Blizzard's found out too is
expansion packs. People come in, they'll play for like a month.
Well, and the faster you burn through the content, especially if you're a casual player, you're not going to be doing 40-man raids, 20-man raids. Like you're not going to try and accumulate that many people to go on these big dungeon things. You're going to do what you can do, and then you're going to be like, well, I'm done. So you need those content patches that come out, or the expansion packs that come out to make you go, more story that I can play all by my lonesome without having to try and find.
I think Star Wars does that really good though. As long as they keep pumping out the story content, people will come back. It's just for me and for you, like I can't see paying for that.
No, and that's my like. If I'm going to play a game where I feel like I'm by myself, I will pick up Guild Wars again. Or if I want to play as a Jedi, I'm going to pick up, and I know it's not like the greatest story, but I'm going to go pick up Jedi
Academy? Force Unleashed?
That one.
No, the story's alright in that one. The second one's terrible. Second one's terrible.
But the gameplay's better in the yeah. But that's what I mean, like if I want to play as a Jedi and go kick some butt, those are the games I'm going to go play. So, and either way.
Yeah,
I'm going to skip because you have to say that other one, so I'm just going to go. Tony's nightmare has come true, folks.
No, that's terrible. This sucks.
The sole reason that someone bought an Xbox is to play Alan Wake. And of course we all know that Alan Wake came out on the PC. Much to your chagrin. And
they said they weren't doing it.
And now, American Nightmares is coming to the PC May 22nd, so it's like almost here, folks.
That's so dumb.
So
I still played American Nightmare, but
you did.
It's so
at least it gave you a reason to turn on your Xbox.
That's so silly of them.
And yes, especially after saying that they weren't
couldn't do on either versions of the game.
So
I find that I don't know if I should be offended.
And it might just be the fact that they made so much money off of the Xbox game that they had the money to throw it onto the PC, but...
Well, in my opinion, they should just make it for the PS3 now too.
Unless they have a deal with Microsoft.
They don't have a deal with Microsoft, they just want to make it for the Xbox. They wanted it only to make it on the Xbox and PC. And they canceled the PC version, and I was like, okay, well,
I
fine.
guess I'll go buy an Xbox.
Pretty much. And I'll just play Halo games until that game comes out. And then I did.
And Dance Central, you need a Connect.
I don't have a Connect yet.
We'll find you a
cheap one, Kijiji. Yeah. Wait till Blockbuster closes again. Damn. Rogers closed, but there was no Connects there.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
so
unfortunate.
it's just a baby story. Nothing over the top. And now the one that I can't say because I'll sound like I'm being a jerk. But
well, you don't have to read it. I'm not going to read it like that.
No.
Chinaman is suing the developers of Kane and Linch 2 for inaccurately representing what China and Beijing is like.
Video games lie about this kind of thing?
Really?
You mean Russia is not full of communist terrorists who are trying to overthrow the entire world?
You mean Russia is good?
No.
The Cold War was a lie?
No, what?
Can we sue the Cold War?
Wait, does that mean Hyrule is somewhere too?
Well, that means Liberty City is a real city too.
Must be.
Yes.
Yes. If this court case wins, I am going to be so pissed.
It's not gonna win. I think the developers have yet to respond to this lawsuit.
I mean, why would you? They're probably still laughing.
But I think now I don't know the guy's name. I'm not gonna try and pronounce it. But let's call him Ling or something. I don't know.
Son.
His reasoning and argument is that it's for the people of China, and to I don't sue them for this game is like 5 years old.
So can the people of Vancouver sue BioWare for depicting them in Mass Effect 3?
And destroying it?
Destroying, like, Vancouver's not like that, how dare they?
Wait, shouldn't the Earth sue BioWare then for...
Yes, there should be a large class action lawsuit against BioWare because they destroyed the Earth, and that was not an accurate depiction of Earth.
They did not destroy the Earth. They just really messed it up.
But that was not an accurate depiction of Earth.
No.
If I were me, I would not be having a stronghold in London. But there we go, sued.
I'd make the ending better. But
they're working on that. And people already tried suing them for that. But
there's an 84-minute documentary about the ending of Mass Effect 3.
Guys, come on.
It's not a story. I found that funny. You can watch it on YouTube.
I'm not even gonna give them the views.
So yeah, this Chinaman is suing
on behalf of his country.
Yes, because of the improper representation. You don't have two naked guys running around your game in your country, old guys. That's the scene that happens in the game.
I'm pretty sure we have those here.
We have them right now. I'm not old, but how does this happen?
People sue for everything. And see, now here's what I'm hoping, and most people do this, is that like the locations and all this stuff are not, accurate depictions of, blah blah blah. The people aren't actual people. Like usually there's a disclaimer somewhere in the credits that says something along the lines of, the
and
people depicted here, blah blah blah.
I think that might have been. I think that's a common thing now.
Yo, you put that in everything.
So even if if it is, you say that.
Well, you always say like they make Law and Order shows that are obviously based on like
CSI stories.
Well, yeah, that are obviously based on like real life lawsuits that are going on, and they're like, none of the people depicted in here are actual people, and the stories are all made up, blah 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 blah. And you're like, no, this is totally like the Lindsay Lohan case from 2 years ago kind of thing.
Justin Bieber got shot.
Yeah. Greatest episode ever. Horrible deaths.
Yeah, maybe that's in that game. That's that'll protect them.
And I'm assuming because a lot of everybody does that.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest. I wasn't really paying attention.
Well, but no one looks for it.
Unless you're a lawyer.
Unless you're a lawyer, and maybe he looked and he didn't find it.
It is.
Maybe it's in the instruction manual that no.
Maybe they never got the game.
Maybe they just saw footage.
Yeah, because they don't get a lot of things there.
Well, and a lot of people make judgments before they see anything.
Pretty much.
That's like the Mass Effect, the sex scene from the first one. All those people who were like, oh my god, it's gonna turn our kids into harlots and whores and all this other stuff, and then
play Dragon Age.
Someone's like, have you watched it yet?
No, but I've heard people describe it to me.
Yeah, and it's like, really? Because I can describe things to you that don't exist, but you can claim them as true. People are idiots.
It's called referencing. So obviously this lawsuit won't go through. But I found it funny that it is a thing.
It is a thing, unfortunately.
People are dumb enough. You would think people in China would be smarter, lack of Facebook and social media, with all that extra time.
Well, obviously, they have nothing better to do than read through the entire legal copyright stuff on Kane and Linch 2. Oh, they didn't say that this is not actual real life.
As if not that game had any problems by itself getting out there. Maybe we can sue it and punch all the nails.
You're just advertising for it now, though.
It's not a bad game. It's just not a good game.
As we move on,
Moving.
I'm segueing. So I'm in between
In-betweening.
video game and movie news.
Segs.
It's kind of miscellaneous news.
It's movie.
It's kind of movie news, but it's Lego news.
I like Lego.
So Lego has this website.
What is it called?
You know, I honestly Kuso or
Cuckoo?
Cuckoo.
It's two U's.
Cuusoo.
Yeah, it's two U's. Yeah.
So Kuso.
What is this website?
You can make your own sets and post them on this site, and they get enough votes, and Lego looks at building the sets and looking what they need to do for the copyrights and yada 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 blah 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 blah. So there's, you know,
I think there's a Zelda one that's
there's a Zelda one that's
done
doing
now.
good.
Yeah, I think it's done now.
So once it reaches the number of
I think it's 1,000 or 10,000.
10,000, I think you need 10,000, and then Lego starts considering it. So someone put Serenity from Firefly and Serenity ship.
The
Just
Firefly.
ship,
The
just
Firefly.
The Firefly.
And you would imagine hugely popular.
Looks cool. Well, Lego anticipated the popularity.
Oh, what do they do?
They looked into it before it even hit 10,000.
Oh.
So as soon as it hit 10,000, press released, it's not going to happen.
Why?
Well, see, here's my thing. I can understand if they said they had problems getting the rights, because Fox is obviously douchey about the rights to Firefly and anything involved with Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
But you think making more money off of a creation that they had nothing to do with other than canceling it would be good for them? So that's not the complete reason, folks. The real reason is that Firefly and Serenity were not based for a child audience.
Hello, Lord of the Rings. Hello, Star Wars. Hello, Indiana Jones.
Now see...
Hello, later years of Harry Potter.
Like, that's, to me, I sit there going...
Even some of the superhero stuff is alright.
Firefly, to me, is no different than an Indiana Jones movie.
No, it's not.
In violence, gratuity, and I watched the Indiana Jones movies when I was young.
You saw a dude's face get melted off.
Yes.
So, like I don't know what the difference is.
Well, in Firefly, that guy goes through the turbine that you don't see any of. You just hear the whoosh.
What about the gratuitous whoring?
But, like, that... Put an aura in there. It's Lego.
There is a vast amount of people that enjoy Lego that are above the age of 11.
Yes.
2 people, notwithstanding.
Okay, I have a friend. He still subscribes to the Lego magazine.
Yeah.
Like I literally went to his place once, and he was sitting on his kitchen table, and I'm like, really? And he goes, it's like $2 a month. And even when he called to resubscribe, like he has to call to resubscribe for it, they tell him like, oh yes, your son will be receiving it. He's like, no, it's for me. And they're like, yeah, your son will be receiving it. He's like, no, really, it's for me. Like, Lego, for some reason, does not believe that...
They just had... Guys, go to tested.com. They built 2 of your most expensive Star Wars kits.
Yes.
Those guys are, like, 30s.
I completely plan on buying the Lord of the Rings Lego sets, and that other one that was coming out, that I can't remember now.
Avengers? No.
Yeah.
The Avengers stuff?
Avengers and...
I want a helicarrier.
Yeah.
I want a helicarrier, Lego Harrier.
Look at that whole thing that we saw at the Calgary Expo.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there's clubs that are dedicated to making their own sets.
Giant Lego sets.
Of cities.
So that's what I mean, guys, like...
There's no way.
And honestly, to a kid who has never seen Firefly or Serenity,
it's
a spaceship.
And it's still relatively friendly compared to stuff like you see on TV nowadays.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's
so
to them it's
tame.
just a spaceship. Well, especially if you Legoize all the people. Like,
yeah.
you could make a Lego Reaver that looked cute enough that would fit with the whole space alien thing.
Worst case scenario, don't even make them. You have the main cast, and it's just...
But if you're doing a set, then you gotta do Firefly and probably a couple of Reaver ships.
No, I think the set is just for Serenity.
It would be, but...
So...
Like, it's just for... Like, what they did was just for Serenity, but if Lego's gonna do something, they always do at least 2 or 3 different things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you'd have Serenity being your big piece, and then your smaller pieces would be, like, Reaver ships, and...
I don't understand the controversy. Like, this
Neither
thing.
do I, because honestly, Lego could pull it off and make it... Like, if you can make Indiana Jones cutesy, you can make Firefly cutesy.
What else have they done?
If you can make the later Harry Potters where they're literally like killing
each other.
people, friendly, you can do it with Serenity and Firefly.
On Star Wars too, you can
Yes.
talk with that. I don't understand. I want my Serenity Lego set.
So honestly, what that guy should do is just like the one that was built, just release like how he did it.
Are you allowed to do that?
I don't see why not. You need these pieces, like make his own instruction manual.
I think the problem is I don't have those pieces.
And that's the other, it's like you have to buy this set and 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 this set to go get the pieces for it. But I don't know, to me it's stupid.
They should just do it.
Yep. They make so much money off of us.
I'd buy
Who cares about they're trying to protect their image as we sell toys for 6 to 11-year-olds or whatever it is.
Lord of the Rings, guys. You're making a Lord of the Rings set. That has a lot of violence in it.
Yes,
Orcs.
yeah.
Orcs are not 11 friendly.
Definitely not 6-year-old friendly.
No.
Like you're not taking a 6-year-old to go see, well, I might because I'm that kind of guy, but son, that's an orc. You know, like if you're raised on that kind of stuff, I don't know. It's imaginary, guys.
It's
Come on.
imagination.
It's not like Nora has to actually come with a naked version for when she goes on.
She doesn't even have a naked version on the show.
Yeah. She's bathing herself. And
Barely.
Stuff. But that's what I mean. It's not like you have to have the pseudo-nude Nora running around.
How do you make that just...
Little book character.
Mal's like... And then Shane's all like, I'll be in the book.
Yeah, I'll be in my quarters. But can you imagine little Jane with a little Jane hat?
I want...
Little Captain Malcolm, honestly, Nathan Fillion would have a little Lego guy made up.
Yeah, I think maybe he can do something about it.
I don't know.
He's got money. Anyways.
Buy Lego.
Buy them.
You can't even afford Firefly, but either way.
Speaking of things that are better,
Yeah.
Community is on track for season 4. After the wish-washy events of season 3. 13 episodes. Still better than nothing, really.
But are they locked at 13?
It is 13 episodes right now.
But they said that to Chuck, too.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, on episode 9, they're filming episode 9, and they're like, yeah, so...
Well, to be honest, though, the stuff with Community, each episode is sort of locked in itself.
It's pretty contained.
And then they have little hooks into other things
Yeah.
that go over the series. So for 13 episodes, that's totally fine. My only concern is after the events of season 3, spoilers maybe, I don't see how season 4 can happen. I don't care. Do you care?
No.
They get expelled from Greendale High.
Oh, they'll get back.
Well, they'll get back in, but it's all like blah 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 blah, and they gotta fight the fake dean, and Chang has gone evil. He's taken over the security of Greendale Community College, and he has his own band of misfit 10-year-olds as security interns.
They'll find a way to bring it back. They'll.
It's
find a
funny.
way
They'll find. They have one more episode, I think.
Mm.
No, wait. Episode 20 this night? So another 2, maybe?
2 or 3 or 4.
Something like that.
Ever since 24 came out, the seasons have gone from 22 episodes a season to 24 episodes a season. So you can thank 24 for an extra 24, 2 episodes
Yay!
of TV. That's the one good thing that came out of that show, in my opinion.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
I like him. He's
He
cool.
bugged me on that show.
Well, I like him as an actor, though.
I haven't really seen him in much else. Lost Boys.
Yeah,
He was good in that.
pretty much.
I just
Well,
didn't like him. And now he's got a new show on TV
Yeah.
where he follows it a kid gives him instructions and he only has X amount of time to go save everybody. And I'm like,
So
Really?
24?
really? You couldn't do a 24 movie, but you can do this? It's the exact same show.
It's probably worse than 24.
Oh, it is, because then the kid's mom comes in and it's like, stop using my child to predict the future. So she threatens to take the kid away and he's like, no, I need him to save people. And it's like,
I'm not sure how the subway stuff works in Community either.
What do you-
Because It's funded by Subway, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming that's
Well,
that has to be it because it's
not funded by Subway. It's funded by the fans buying Subway.
Okay. Because
Same way Chuck worked.
there's a lot of rap against Subway in the show.
Oh yeah.
It's all like blah 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 blah. It's all because of Subway, and they start rioting in the cafeteria, and then they start busting up Subway stuff.
Subway's name's in there though a lot.
It's not as notorious as the Chuck stuff though.
Well, yeah, Chuck was blatant about it, but I mean, honestly,
Yes.
Subway saved Chuck.
Yes, it did.
Like for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Like that's in that show when they're like, man, I'm enjoying my like.
And then he's holding it up.
Yeah,
He's
my
holding it.
BLT from
Or
Subway.
chicken teriyaki sandwich. I'm like, this is the thing.
Is it my chicken teriyaki Subway sandwich? It's like
They did have that really good Subway episode a couple of weeks back where the guy's like name was Subway, because the rule was on the community or Greendale, like the Constitution is, all sort of institutions like restaurants and stuff owned on the campus has to be owned by someone in school. So Subway hired someone, renamed them as Subway. Enrolled them in a couple classes in the school and called it a day.
Oh dear.
So they're like, how old are you? Well, legally I'm only 3 months old. So I can't go drinking with you guys. Eat fresh.
See, and yeah, that's the.
But that was funny. That was tactfully funny because it was like, oh, this is a meta thing. This is the thing that's happening.
And is the fans. It's kind of like an unwritten thing that if Subway helps keep community alive that way, people will go eat their sandwiches.
I like their sandwiches. Their sandwiches are good.
Yeah, so that's.
I might even get one for lunch today.
That's more the thing is that people. That's how Subway's more involved is people go to Subway and. I don't know how it all worked. I know with Chuck it started as like a charity walk thing. So they participated in the Subway charity walk on behalf of Chuck.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden Chuck raised a shit ton of money and Subway's like, maybe we should look at this. Like, you know.
I like that the fact that community Subway's in there because it adds a.
They keep saving good television in my opinion. So
it's a it gives it a realistic.
How do you fit that into Firefly?
We'll make a catchy phrase song. That'll play and then Riffer will go crazy.
Fruity Subway sandwich.
No, not even a little bit.
No, mouse.
No, not even.
Damn.
Maybe. Well, that's it for this stuff.
Site news.
Website. Sunday.
Birthday.
Birthday, unicorn.
I know we celebrated.
Yes.
Last podcast, but technically.
It was on Sunday.
Yes.
Unicorns wishing us birthdays.
From Juicy Fruit.
Yeah. There's
a lot of videos. I looked at them all after. There's like one for every occasion.
I'm sorry you failed your exam. Or like, I hope you get better. And like, surprisingly easy to find happy birthday and funny, and you get a unicorn singing you.
Monday. Would you like to see another season of Undergrads?
Oh, you want to finish the question first, right?
There's more.
Yes.
If they started a Kickstarter, that kind of fund, would you donate?
Yes.
The answer to the first part was yes. I got no no's. There was no no's. No no's.
Surprise!
And actually, more people said yes than maybe. There was no one said no to donating. They said they might. So it's probably depending on what Kickstarter would offer, that kind of like.
All my money.
Yeah. Make me a season 2. Make me a season
Do it.
2.
Do it. Is this a baby? Yes.
Yes. Do it.
Speaking of Kickstarter.
Oh yes.
Republic is.
They made it.
They just finished. They would have just finished like right now.
But they made it.
They barely made it.
They just made
That's
it.
Exciting.
But a bunch of people really started posting for them too.
Yeah, I posted last night.
On Twitter, like everybody kind of went a little crazy. It's like, guys, we got to get this game.
Let's see here.
Out of all the junk that shows up on Kickstarter.
There's that one guy that got $13, and then Kickstarter's like, your game doesn't make sense. You have to cancel it.
There's a bunch of them popping up now.
$517,000. It's still reloading. That was 4 hours ago.
Yeah. But one guy on Kickstarter actually took concept art from another game
Uh,
and posted it as his concept art, and he took he copied and pasted everything on his Kickstarter page
huh.
just to get the money, and he was gonna be like, oh yeah, game failed, $10,000 to me.
Huh.
So you kind of gotta be leery of the Kickstarter.
I think their guidelines need to be a little bit more. Oh, they've got 2 hours left.
But they did.
They're currently at $534,000. So.
But they did end up catching that guy.
Yeah.
Like they made him cancel his thing, and of
Yeah,
course none of the money gets used.
Yes. Because again, if you don't back it, if
Right.
the
doesn't
project does not make the goal, nothing gets,
Nothing gets taken.
nothing gets funded.
Yeah. But I think they're gonna have to be on the watch for a lot of that stuff.
They should after the whole Tim Schafer thing.
Right. Well, because Tim Schafer, obviously, all of a sudden people are like, this Kickstarter thing is something.
Well, it's super effective too, because you're only giving like $10. You can even give $1 if you're so inclined.
Yeah, and I mean it can be, but for someone like we could not pull anything off on Kickstarter.
No,
because we could not.
Unless you can set the goals differently, right?
We could, but then all of a sudden, it would be like $10. You get a shout out on the NewsCast. Like we could not afford to be giving stuff out.
Here's
That would be the entire
paste of
yes.
fruit.
That would be like our entire Kickstarter fund would just be to print the T-shirts to send them to people.
Here you go.
Yeah, Kickstarter is intriguing, but you do have to watch what you're paying for. But I mean, honestly, David Hayter's
David Hayter, Jennifer Hale, Ryan Payton, all Metal Gear guys, and FemShep, obviously.
Yeah. So I mean, there's obviously people involved, so it can be trusted.
Well, it was really tension-filled last night because I checked it at last night. It was at 17 hours, and they needed $50,000 still. So I was like, wow, that's so close.
People got on board though.
Yeah. I had donated a couple months back, or whatever that was. So.
Hump Day humor. You moved Batman.
Bad.
The extra Hump Day humor. What was the regular Hump Day humor? Disappeared.
What the hell happened?
The heater shut off.
I feel weird.
The heater shut off. You're fine. Don't worry about. Oh, and dysentery.
Dysentery.
Yeah. Terry, that's a girl's name. You've died of dysentery. Boom, boom,
Bam.
blam. And then Thursday we do absolutely nothing because it's our day off. And Friday.
Avengers, it's a movie. Go watch it. Pretty much. Don't. I think we've talked about it enough.
We didn't really talk about it last week.
No, we didn't. Not last week.
We've talked about it together enough.
It's a movie. Go watch it. It is amazing.
It is really good.
Stay until the end.
Yes, there's 2 endings.
There's 2 endings this time. They went back and re-recorded. What do you want to talk about?
I felt like this, like I said,
there's
like I had
problems.
said, the story could have been stronger for me.
Like
more not exposition, but more
explanation.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that I felt was just shoehorned at the last minute.
Well, but they were trying to save time. They're trying to save space, and like we've discussed,
the movie is long enough as it is. It's a 2.5-hour movie.
And there's another half hour that Joss Whedon really wants in that movie that they don't want. They're like, no, it's already 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I can understand that. You don't want people staying in there longer than Lord of the Rings. So
I do.
Well, I don't mind it, but some people do.
Either way, it'll make for a good Blu-ray when it comes out because obviously those scenes will work their way back in. I hope they actually have the theatrical release and then the extended release.
Where they put the scenes right.
Where they actually put the scenes in, and I don't have to go to extra scenes, hit the button.
That's a growing trend, so I think that'll be fine.
Because that drives me nuts. Because then they're like, hey, this theme comes between this scene and this scene. Here's the scene, and you're like, why don't you just put it in the movie?
Yeah.
It's a good movie though.
I think the probably the most glaring omission is the Thor stuff.
Yes.
Dark matter bridge. And Thor's back. Just magic in 2 lines.
Gotta love it.
And then Jane Foster's gone in half a line.
Yeah. She's safe.
Okay.
Thank you.
You think if you're Thor, you take 5 minutes of your time to go see her.
Yeah.
You'd have the time and power.
Especially by the
Who's
end.
gonna stop you?
Especially by the end of the movie.
Who's gonna stop you?
We have to take Loki back. Can you guys give me 5 seconds? I haven't seen my girlfriend in
a couple months.
few months. Kinda like to say hi. And tell her that I now have, that
I'm the thing.
I can kinda get back now.
We can go on the thing.
Let's go on a date tomorrow, because I'll pop back.
Don't worry.
I'll find some dark matter.
I won't freeze
or
my
energy or whatever.
I won't freeze myself in an icicle.
So, Chris Hemsworth is back for Thor.
Everyone is back.
Chris Evans is back.
The only person who's not back.
So we are missing Edward Norton, and we get a lot more Hawkeye. A lot more Hawkeye than we've ever seen.
A lot. It's funny because I was
still not a lot of Hawkeye.
No, not a lot. And not a lot. More Maria Hill than I thought was gonna happen.
Right.
So which is great.
Which is good.
I was worried for Kobe Smulders.
You were?
Because it's like I've seen you in how many seasons is How I Met Your Mother now? Like 6? I don't know. Some more than 5 seasons of How I Met Your Mother. So to see her in a sort of an action role is
now from what
refreshing.
I was listening to, Joss actually wanted her for his Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, she would have been a great Wonder Woman too. She would have been a good one too.
I think that's why she kind of got the Maria Hill part.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and also this, I was listening to another blog and this made me laugh. What do you think Warner Brothers is doing
Justice League movie?
Well, now that they've like
Justice League movie.
It's like
Justice League movie.
We had Joss Whedon write a Wonder Woman movie that we shot down.
Joss Whedon.
And now Joss Whedon's written and directed The Avengers.
Which is Avengers 2.
Yes.
So they're like Joss
crud.
Fuck.
Yeah. But either way, so Maria Hill, she was really good.
Yeah.
Kobe Summers is Maria Hill.
Yeah, everyone was really good.
She didn't have a ton of parts, but...
Well, she doesn't come until much later anyway.
And that's that she'll, Maria Hill will step up in
until
movies.
And until Marvel gets their act together and gets the other licenses back from whoever owns what.
Yes.
They can start fleshing out more details. Because the Avengers is not just those guys in the movie. There's everyone.
A ton of other people, but Maria Hill could, if they do a Nick Fury movie, she can totally co-star in that.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be good.
And
we've already said, it's already Mark Ruffalo.
Yes, Mark Ruffalo
6
already signed up for 6 more appearances, movies, and
pretty much into the next 6 Marvel movies.
Well,
they only have the 3 going on right now. So
I was looking at some other stuff, and the way that their contracts are all signed is apparently they have to do 3 movies, their own movies. So Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and then they have to make 3 appearances in other films.
In other Marvel films.
Right. So whether that be the Avengers and you're a full-time.
So Robert Downey Jr. is on track for Iron Man 3
and 2 more. Well, but he was in the Hulk.
Oh, fuck.
So
right.
And that apparently counts. So he's got 1 left on his contract, but honestly, I think he has way too much fun with that role.
That's practically him. He is practically Tony Stark.
So
minus the science.
Yes.
He is Tony Stark.
Yeah. So but that's what I mean. All these people I think are having way too much fun with these roles.
Yeah, they're not going to give them up.
Yeah.
They're not going to give them up, and Marvel won't lose them. They'll do whatever they can. They've got $500 million now.
Oh, they've got so much money.
700 million.
And that's as long as the actors don't start getting ridiculously greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, guys,
it's
making a fortune to run around as superheroes.
That's every kid's dream.
Yeah, we do that for free.
We can't even, and we don't even do it well. You guys have iron suits and shields. And
yeah, you guys actually get props. We used to have to use our imagination. And that's what I mean. All of a sudden, you get all these guys who get to. And I mean, once they hit a certain age, obviously they'd have to stop. But
that's okay. Steven Rogers gets old and will just play into the thing.
But
Mark Ruffalo, I can see getting old a little bit fast.
But he's fine. It's Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a really good Hulk. I liked his Bruce Banner. I liked the new
Sorry, kids, you don't get to see me a party trick. I'm
I like
foreshadowing.
The Hulk.
The Hulk was so well done.
And I also like the relationship between Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, because that's not really a thing in the comics.
Well, it kind of makes sense though.
Mm-hmm.
It's two science guys.
Yeah, their brains all
they're on the same wave. Man, you'll love our R&D floor department.
Yeah, I'm floors 10 through 13. You'll have to come check out Stark Tower, kind of.
And then during the movie, they really have a good relationship with each other. It's not Tony will start poking him hey.
Well, and then Tony Stark and Captain America, they have a pretty good back and forth together. Hulk and Thor have some great.
I think the Thor and Hulk stuff was perfectly well done. The fight in the hangar, and then the little bit of scene when they're fighting on top of that snake thing.
Yeah. That's what I mean. There's a lot of There's really, like, all the characters really mesh well together.
You can really tell that though this is a Joss Whedon written
Oh, yeah.
film. Like it just leaks it.
And there are
there's
those-
so much comedy. There's
but
so
just
much.
in the right, like,
yeah.
it's peppered in perfectly. Like, it's not like it's like...
Like the scene at the end when Loki's trying to take control of.
Yes.
Of
Funny.
Stark. He's like dink dink dink. Right.
Yeah, there's just those moments that make you laugh, but again, that's Joss coming from Buffy and Angel,
Yeah.
where it was a drama, comedy, horror all in one. Well, now it's a drama, comedy, action movie all in one. He's got it. Like, that's what Joss does.
And of course, there's his trademark scenes.
Yes. There's some stuff in there that's, yes, trademark Joss Whedon, and some lines that are just,
Him.
you know it's him.
Yeah, like, guys, say it this way.
Yeah. No, I'm super stoked for
Avengers 2.
Marvel stuff.
Avengers 2.
And Jeremy Renner, I thought for the, like, not over much time that he was in the movie, I thought he did pretty good. And I would like to see a Hawkeye movie.
I would like to see him not being mind controlled.
Yes. Spoilers right at the beginning of the movie.
Looking the other direction.
There's some great, and like he's great for when he's in the movie, except he's not in it that. And again, Hawkeye, not a superhero.
Yeah, that's why that's what I like about him is that he's not a superhero, but he's up there with them.
Right, but you need you need your Black Widow and your.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're both still somewhat superhuman. Like,
Barely.
There's scenes that, like, if a person were to take that fall, they would smoosh. And Black Widow just, like, lands with the grace of a, ballerina who, like, leapt this far off the ground.
I don't know. I think that's acrobatics can train that.
I don't know. Either way,
It's good going.
there's still some superhumanness to them. Just enough. I mean, it happens in the comics, obviously, so they're just taking that and throwing it into a movie, but such a good film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I said, that extra half hour, if Joss really wanted it in, I feel like it could
it-
add a whole
I don't think it's an actual action scene. I think it's a.
No, I think it's more
It's a talking
talk,
scene.
which the movie, in my opinion, needed this much more.
Yeah, there's a lot of action, but you know what? That's.
But you
go,
need it.
You go into it expecting that.
Yes.
Because after seeing, as long as you've watched the other 4 or 5 Marvel movies,
You have all the exposition you need.
Yeah, all the character introduction is already done.
Yes.
And if you.
Which is why Loki was also a great villain.
Because he
didn't need
no
any
explanation.
He didn't need any explanation. It's like, I'm still pissed at Thor.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm
If
gonna
it-
go take him out.
If anything, this movie is about S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah.
You're like talking about Nick Fury, and then there's things. That guy's playing Galaga.
Yeah.
Thought we didn't see it, but we did.
Yeah, like I think there just needs to be a few more.
A good Nick Fury's S.H.I.E.L.D. movie would be good.
Yes, and a Nick Fury Shield movie would be good. And maybe, like, even if you wanted to, throw Nick Fury in with Black Widow and Hawkeye and make a movie.
Yeah, like the human characters.
Yes. Like,
and then Bruce Banner, because he can be human then.
he could be.
I don't consider Tony Stark a superhero. Well, I do, but
He's not a superhero. He's a rich guy in a suit. He's Batman.
He's Batman.
He's the Batman of the Marvel Universe.
Pretty much.
Except Batman don't fly like Tony Stark flies.
And Tony Stark doesn't go like this.
Man, that'd be a horrid Iron Man. That, like, tin can voice with the, like...
I can't even.
Tony, are you drunk again?
No.
I swear I'm not.
I like how they call them by their names, though. Like their actual names rather than going like, Iron Man, I need you here. It's Stark, did you...
Yeah.
Is that a thing in the comics, or do they
No, they're pretty good about it. Because, I mean, everybody knows who the Avengers are.
Yeah.
Like, their identities are not secret.
Yeah.
So they're okay with just throwing names out.
Mhm.
And I mean, Captain America going like, Iron Man, get up there. Sounds kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So it's like, Stark,
I need you up there.
I need you up there, go get that. Him saying Cap back is
That's
okay.
fine. That's because that's a thing.
Like,
He's actually a captain
yes.
as a rank.
Like
so.
him saying Cap works. Saying Hulk, obviously, is
Hulk is-
appropriate.
You can't call him Banner because it's not Banner anymore.
Yeah, but they do call him Banner when he's Banner.
Yeah.
I
think they called Hawkeye once. They called him Hawkeye once in the movie, I think, and that was really strange.
Yeah, they're pretty much good on a first name basis because they don't actually have to hide who they are. Like, it's not
It's
like
not like the Justice League.
Right, but it's not like when Spider-Man shows up in the comics, they have to call him Spider-Man, unless they're talking like on their secured walkie-talkie type things, and then it's like, Parker, we need you down here, or Peter, we need you down here. So, once they start throwing more superheroes into the mix, it might get interesting, depending on their secret identities.
I want Ant-Man.
Everybody knows Hank Pym.
Yeah, but I still want Ant-Man. Hank.
The abusive jerk.
He's not going to be abusive in the
He
movie.
totally will be.
No, he's not.
They have to make
No, they're not going to.
They have to.
No.
It adds drama.
Not abusive, but just
Drama.
tension filled, not drama. Not
Spray,
abusive.
spray what's her name down with,
Wasp.
with Raid.
No. That won't happen.
Better happen.
It's not going to happen.
Well,
And then Black Panther.
first they actually have to figure out an Ant-Man movie. So, Black Panther,
Black Panther.
Spider-Man is supposed to come in.
Not supposed to.
Well, he does in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics.
He's
so
in there
there's also
before
the
Black Panther.
There's also Fantastic Four.
They don't really join. They
don't join, but they're
They team
referenced
up,
and talk
yeah.
about each other.
Oh well, because Reed Richards is
Smart.
other than him and Tony Stark are
The smart
the
guy.
smarties. And of course now they have to make Bruce Banner kind of that much more smart.
He's kind of smart though, isn't
He's with gamma radiation and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like Reed Richards is the brain of the Marvel universe.
he? Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh, and the
Tony
Doctor
Stark,
Strange.
and then
Doctor Strange movie's coming too.
yeah, that'll be weird. I hope they kind of do that more as an indie flick. And like that was the other thing I was listening to another podcast, and they're like, for some of the other movies, they have to realize that they can't spend this amount of money and expect this amount
And
of money back.
We were talking about the Iron Fist movie too.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't need to be a
it doesn't-
big budget film.
I'm almost content with it being like a webisode thing.
You
Like
could do like a Mortal Kombat webisode
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing,
like
or
introducing Luke Cage, Iron Fist,
Or just-
Miss Marvel, stuff like that.
but instead of spending $100 million,
And, like, a
spend
movie-
$30 million to make a movie.
Yeah, they could make it like a Marvel webisodes like series. This like.
I don't
this
think
third-
they make as
this
much
third-
money though, and they're all obviously in it for.
They don't need to make money anymore. Let's be honest.
But I mean, you could do a $30 million film for Doctor Strange.
Mhm.
Your most expensive stuff would come from post doing all of his magic.
Mhm.
Like, you don't need to hire any famous actors for that. You don't need to hire, your sets don't have to
Well,
be
Doctor
super
Strange
elaborate.
isn't he like? He's also one of the key characters in the Marvel universe, isn't he?
He shows up when he needs to, when magic things go on.
Mm.
And it's like, we can't figure this out with our brains. Let's go see Doctor Strange. Okay. Like, that's what I mean. He's more of a side. It's like Iron Fist. He shows up, and Iron Fist, but
Yeah.
you could do with, you could never talk about Iron Fist ever again, and you'd be fine.
Which is why I think they could totally make a 30-minute YouTube video about that kind of stuff. And making money is always a problem with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
And I think if they want to include them in the greater arc of all the movies,
Mhm.
you got to make them into a movie, because otherwise people really won't know what's going on.
well, a lot of people were confused with Hawkeye stuff too.
Oh, I know, because
And
well,
Hawkeye and
he
a
was
little
in,
bit of Black Widow.
yeah, Black Widow was in
She was
Iron Man
in
too.
Iron Man too, so it wasn't too bad.
Hawkeye was only in
Thor,
for like 5 seconds, and I mean fans knew who he was.
because he grabbed the bow.
Yeah.
If he didn't grab the bow, no one would have known.
Yeah, but I don't know. More Marvel movies. I want more. Damn it.
Spider-Man's coming out soon, so I'm looking forward to that.
I will see it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I will see it.
Regardless of how many Ds it's in.
I will.
I can stand the 3D.
I can see it in 3D. It'll just be darker. It's like wearing sunglasses into a movie theater. No, it's Pac-Man.
Oh, waka 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 waka. I thought it said wicka wicka wicka. Waka 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 waka. So that's it?
I think that is it.
That's it for now.
Yeah.
Don't eat this candy.
Also, my apologies again, but podcasts, they're up on iTunes.
It's a thing.
They were somewhat delayed, and I apologize. But the last 5 are now up.
If you're interested.
If you're interested, which people are, I can track you.
That sounds creepy. You look like Stephen Colbert for a second.
Oh no.
Oh, no, I'm gonna
Now I have
be
to get it back, and I have to get into politics.
Run for president.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, we can't do that. We
I
don't
can
do
run for prime minister.
You don't have running it, so
Barrel roll news for prime minister and whatever assistant prime minister.
I'll do it. I can do it. We'll do.
What's assistant prime minister?
I don't even think they have an assistant prime minister here.
Like, do we have what's our second in command?
The minority. The minority.
My
I don't know
leader
these
of the minority.
things.
You start a party, and I'll start a party.
And
Then
then
we'll
we'll
run
try-
anybody, and we'll run at both ends of the spectrum. And then when we get in, we'll rule them all.
With the ring. One ring to rule them. Candy.
Candy ring, big ring pop.
Ooh, yes. Our powers. Don't eat it. It's smaller.
All right. Either way,
That's it.
that is it for this week.
Newscast.
We got new T-shirts too. Tony's wearing it.
You were wearing it last week, weren't you?
I wore it when I went to see the Avengers.
Oh.
I think it worked. We got a lot of hits that day.
We're getting a lot of hits today. I think.
Just walk through downtown with your.
We're getting a lot of hits today.
We should get a lot of hits.
I
today.
tagged it Avengers.
Bum, bum, bum. Either way,
Good day. Have a nice night.
on the moon, you know, on your couch. I don't know where you're watching this.
With your pants on.
Hopefully you have pants on. I like that's where both of our heads went. Either who, folks. Bye.
Yeah, some kid's like getting shocked because he's chained to a thing. Stop pushing that button. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
I heard nothing.
There's no place for me to put my legs. I need to.
I know. Do you want to trade? We can trade.
I'm good.
I
You've
can-
got the laptop.
I can. Well, it doesn't matter.
We'll find out.
I'm
what
just
happens.
trying to get all my stuff done. There it is. See, look, it has to update all of the video crap.
Oh boy, good
It's
gay.
now 10.0.4.
The problem with this room is there's no clock, so.
You're not a clock. I have a clock right there. I have a clock. Clock you.
Why is there a hole in this?
What do you mean? So you can belt it to yourself.
Because that's a cool thing to do.
Yeah. So you can belt your candy to like your hip. So you can be like,
Your hips.
I'm trying to get my candy.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm always ready.
Okay.
Go. I get shocked by it.
Dance and dance.
Oh, I gotta go over there.
Yes, we got to lose it. Lose it.
I want to nose it, news it. Ow, fall.
Don't fall.
There's no hole for me to.
I know.